Right, so this is one of my prepped meals for today. So I've got a cucumber with like a soy sauce, white rice vinegar, and like salad with some essentially spicy beef and like a cheesy spicy noodle. So I'm gonna eat this, probably share a little bit with my dog because she obviously likes some. But what has been really frustrating is that I went out last night and I went out the night before to try and do my post-week review video, because obviously in the house during the day, I've got the kids about, so not having them, on the camera or try to, I'm not going to ignore them when I do this video. And then in the evening, catching up with my wife, or she's wanting to watch TV, or we're out here cooking, so that's not really a good time to do it either. As all the footage is generally either in this kitchen, or will be if I'm doing like meal preps, cooking, or having a quick catch up, or it might be in the bathroom, me standing on the scales, or it's going to be in the gym. I just thought, like in my head, it was I'll make the weekly review video that sort of I overlace and sort of come back to me walking Luna, the dog, or going for a walk up during work. Because there's those woods nearby, which is what I used last week. But yeah, twice yesterday I sort of tried to walk around where I live, but I obviously picked the one time that everyone was walking their dogs, so I sort of stopped to chat to my neighbours. And then I thought, oh well, I'll tell you what, I live on a fairly quiet road, so I'll walk up to the shops and I'll chat to you on the way up there, but traffic must have been diverted, so it was just constant cars driving past me, and trucks and lorries. And then when I was trying to talk, obviously there was people that thought it was funny, so were trying to beep and shout at the window. So just finished week 3. Today's a cardio day, so I've walked the dog a couple of times, and just gonna wait for this car to drive past. Here we go. So I've walked the dog. I'm now just going for a nice stroll for the evening. It's nice and cool. It's not too hot, which is lovely. It's a nice steep hill, so I'm just going to try and get as much walking done as I can going up this road, and then back out for something. But I don't know how I feel about this week, to be honest. It's one of those things where it was okay. But it was nothing special. There we go. Right, so we'll wait for all the traffic to go by. So this road is normally absolutely dead. And suddenly there's loads of cars coming by. Just the minute I turn this on. There you go. Why is it so bright? There you go, and it happened again. I keep going down roads that say shut or quiet or unadopted, and then every 30 seconds there's someone driving down it. It's a nightmare. The other night I did this, there wasn't a car in sight. Exactly at the same time. Not a single car for like 20 minutes. Stop, start. So then I thought, do you know what? I'll drop the dog back home. I'll go for a long walk up to the shop. Go and grab a couple of 0% beers. Quid's in. There we go. Stop for another car. Anyway, right, what I was trying to say is, so I scrapped that one. So this is day 3 of me trying to get this video done. So just in case in a minute when I go out for a walk with the dog, it doesn't work, I thought I'd just catch up with you here, sort of fill you in on the week. So yes, last week it was a really odd one. It started off being that, everything was going fine. It was week 3. But because of the World Cup and my son wanted to watch it, and because we're in the UK, the matches were really late in the evening, so it was one of those things where we'd be getting up early to watch the football where they were really late with my son, so he could watch them before we went to school. So I couldn't really work out or do stuff in the morning. But because of that, sometimes he was staying up late, or he was just not able to get to sleep because he was so excited about what the football result might be, or wanting to talk about it. So it just sort of threw us a bit. And it was one of those things where one of the evenings where I was due to work out by the time I sort of got my kid done, got all their stuff ready, done my sort of like house chores that I need to do, and got all their school bits ready for the following day, I got down to the garage gym, and it was already 10 o'clock. I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to work for an hour and then it'd be expected to get up at 5 because that's only 6 hours. So what I did was I delayed it. So I did cardio for like 15-20 minutes, and then the next day, that evening, worked out better. So I did the I think it was shoulders that day. But it's one of those weird things that, like, even though like previously in the past I would have done exactly that, and I would have written the week off completely. I would have been like, oh, I always do shoulders on Wednesday, so I haven't been able to do that, so I'm going to push everything out of sync, and that's not going to work for me. So I'll just start again next week, or do a couple of ad hoc bits down the gym, but not really. I'll drop my routine, pick it up again next week. But I didn't do that. I pushed it one day, but it was weird that I already allowed myself to get into sort of like a negative frame of mind about it, and I think it's one of those things I need to work on or figure out how to reframe it, because I didn't not do anything. I did the cardio, and the next day I picked up the shoulder exercise, so I just swapped the 2 days round. So then the following day I went straight back into doing my arm day, and then subsequently went into the leg day fine after it was just odd. It was just one of those things where I spent like 2 days just being in a bit of like a low funk kind of mood. So I went in not really sort of energized or energetic about it, and even though the workouts were pretty good and I got a couple of PRs in it, it was just really weird how that mindset of having to adjust and sort of pivot what I was doing, even though I still persevered and went through it, I was just in a complete funk about it. It was really annoying. But yeah, so that was kind of my takeaway this week. I mean, I had when it got to the arms day though, what was nice was I had a session where what I'd set up was, because I'd seen someone doing this brilliant thing with the cable exercise about these using just the cables, so doing like a reverse grip, a forward grip, and a neutral grip to hit all three parts of the tricep. And I was like, oh, it's amazing. So I put it into my routine after doing it for a couple of test weeks before I started this whole sort of program I put together, my blueprint as I'm building it. But yeah, it was one of those like epiphany things. I was like, I don't know why, but I was doing everything single-handed with a handle attachment. But time efficiency wise, which is, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make this as time efficient and effective as possible for me, because I don't, I'm not sponsored. This isn't what I get paid to do. I'm fitting it around my job, my family, my wife, my other interests in life. So I just sort of realised that I could obviously just use a attachment, which means I get to use both hands at the same time. So this week I almost halved the time for that one sort of like triple superset that I'm doing, so that was really good. So I've managed to sort of find a way of being just as effective but shaving off time, which gives me more time to do other things. So it should hopefully give me more time to practice editing and filming. And this isn't the only interest and hobby I want to do. I love music, I love filming, I love the idea of getting back into acting, and I'd love to put my own film out there. And I'm really, really interested in like being efficient and productive, and that I want to do a channel that sort of encompasses all of those things about how to make better use of time, but allow time for everything without being too rigid. So I really want to find a way of practicing that. So yeah, saving myself some time during a workout is a great win. So that's my win for the week, at least anyway. This coming week though, so I've now, because this has taken 2 days to do this video, I've done the first 2 days. I've done chest and I've done back, and it's shoulder day tomorrow, because today's going to be a cardio day. So go for a walk, probably do a bit of rowing, and then I'm going to do shoulders tomorrow. So I'm hoping to get this video sort of done tonight and get it out to you tomorrow. So I'll do that. But yeah, that's sort of where I stand. The coming week, I'm getting to the point where I'm getting all my sort of routine and schedule. So, and my routine and schedule, my routine is sort of down to the point where I've been testing and increasing the weights from sort of over 20 reps to 20 to sort of 15 to 20, 12 to 15. And the idea is I want to do, you know, the progressive overload. So I want to get it so that I can find what I can manage 8 reps at, and then push that until I can get that to 12 to 15, and then obviously slightly increase the rate and work my way back up. And I think I'm pretty much there now. So that's a good starting point for this week. There's a couple of things I want to see if I can do it better, like, but again, at the same time, I don't want to, it's probably sort of like my dopamine fixated brain is I'm already thinking about, I wonder if there's like a new exercise I could do for that or something. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I'm sticking to what I'm doing, and then adjusting based on how effective the outcome is over a period of time. So I think that's the thing I'm finding, and I'm finding difficult, and will find the most difficult, is to be consistent with the exercises I'm doing and to stick to it and not get distracted by new shiny variations or a new shiny piece of equipment or things like that. So I'm going to stick to this for the 8, 10, 12 weeks, see what the progression's like, and if I need to tweak either the method or the exercise to then move forward to the next phase. But anyway, I'm so hungry. My dog is looking at me like she's been waiting 12-30 minutes for me to stop talking about this, so I'm going to tuck into my first like mini meal of the day, or lunch, and then take her out for a walk. And then so the plan is, after I've done work, picked up the kids from school and then done their tea and spent some time with them and my wife, then tonight I'm going to edit this video, hopefully get this published tomorrow, and then then I'll see you next week for the next phase, see what we can do next time. But yeah, catch you later.